for us, it's a real fun place. And so I have a roommate who I've roomed with time and time again. He's from Providence, Rhode Island. And so one time, several years ago, he wants to go down to, Churchill Downs. And so I said, okay, let's go. So if you ever happen to go to Louisville, you can find Churchill Downs very easily. Just take any road going south and they all lead to Churchill Downs. So we go down there, and it really is lovely. I was really amazed about what lovely it is. If you remember the first time you went to a baseball stadium, and you got out to your seat and you looked at this beautiful field, and perhaps other stands, but also buildings and everything. Well, here, it's the same, but there's no stands on the other side of the track. And there's no buildings, it's just pure blue sky. It's absolutely gorgeous. Well, I knew nothing about what to do. I'd never done this before, and I get in line, and they do have a sign up there about what you have to do. You have to pick how much money you're going to bet. You got to pick the horse, and then is it win, place, or show? So I'm looking up there, totally confused about this. And so I get up right in front of the line. The guy says, how much? And I said, well, what's the smallest bet? $2. And he said, I pull out $2. I said, well, what horse? And I think, oh, what horse? And I look up there. There isn't an all-American horse in the running. It's all these horses with these names from all over the world. How do you pronounce them? So I land or decide on the number 7. It's a lucky number, right? It's something like Bleak and Scuba and I have no idea what the horse is. Number 7. So he says, win, place, or show. Well, by this time we get a little tired of this persistent question. I said, well, win, of course. Racetrack town. Anyway, we go up into the stands and we get, and again, I'm familiar with this area, but especially like the first balcony, we're right at the launch. We're going to get a perfect view of the finish. Ah, yes. Now, if you haven't been to a track, I really would say go. The horses are absolutely beautiful. The term steed fits the definition. Absolutely. Not a stitch of fat on them. It's absolutely gorgeous. And they walk them out one by one to the starting gate. It's not like there's a rush. It's one horse after another. You get this beautiful view. Have a pair of binoculars, you can see them. Absolutely gorgeous. So the track is, the race is on. You have this announcer telling you what's called. He's calling this game, the race. And they go down, they run right in front of you. It's beautiful to watch all these beautiful horses. And they go into the near turn, but really it's when they get to the back of the racetrack. You can really see the stretch out of all the horses. And again, they're beautiful, they're racing, they're running so fast, and everything. And I begin hearing the person calling the race that good old number 7 is moving up. I thought, oh, pretty good, yeah, right. So I'm having a wonderful time watching this. And then you get the far turn, and it's calling the race. You really can't see too much of the far turn, but they come down the final stretch. They're coming right at you. I mean, it's absolutely fascinating. You hear all these horses running as fast as they possibly can. And I can see number 7. There he is. And I can hear the guy calling the race. 7 is up, but I like. And I think, 7 wins. There is no missile. I just float off as fast as I did. I'm absolutely up there. And I didn't stop. I think I passed the moon about in 5 minutes, heading off for Pluto. I don't think I came down for about 20 minutes. I absolutely was up there. I was exuberant. I was, hardly grasp my breath. And it was thrilling, absolutely thrilling. I've never done this before, and I won! I can suddenly realize the thrill of victory, that statement you hear on, sportscasts so often. Well, as I said, it took about 20 minutes to come down. And as I did, I began realizing, well, what do I do now? And there are these two, I would say, 20-something young ladies sitting next to me who are absolutely intrigued with my exuberance. And I'm still gasping at everything. And I think I asked them, says, where do I go? What do I do? She says, well, you have to wait and see how much the horse pays. I mean, I thought there was a set standard. You put down $2, your horse wins, you get so much. No, how much does the horse pay? So I'm standing there and waiting for it. And I suddenly see my friends here, good old Alec. For the entire time I've been out in the atmosphere, he's been ripping up his ticket. I mean, it's in shreds. Actually, his horse didn't do very well. Anyway, finally, basically their version of a scoreboard, it comes on, good old number 7, paid $35. So I won $70. I mean, I was in Fat City. And I felt so absolutely marvelous and wonderful and everything. I go down to the fellow out there, and basically, I'm concerned about the income tax. So he says, no, if it's under $200, you don't have to report it. I thought, hey, yes! So that evening, Alec and I had been roommates, I don't know how many times and everything. And so since it was his idea to come down here, and he had blown his $2 or perhaps even more, we went out to dinner at one of these, hamburger restaurants which so predominate in the tourist districts and everything. But that's my first and only gambling experience. Now, one of my friends, when I told this story, he says, try to watch it. I get hooked. I thought, come on, I had a good time. If I go to a baseball game, my team wins, I don't get anything, but here, if my horse wins, I win something.